Hello and welcome to ISpeakSpokeSpoken.com. My name's Dan and today we're going to look at the word have in expressions that you really need to know. So 16 expressions with the word have that you have to know, and the first one is to have one's head in the clouds. To have one's head in the clouds. And it means to be a bit of a dreamer, to be unaware or unrealistic about something. Let's just have a look at the pronunciation. Let's have a look at the pronunciation of clouds. This ow sound, clouds. It's quite an easy word to say, but just make sure that vowel sound is correct. Have one's head in the clouds. Example, he's always got his head in the clouds, dreaming about impossible things. He's always got his head in the clouds, dreaming about impossible things. Okay, excellent. Next one, number 2. Have an axe to grind. To have an axe to grind. Okay, axe with this ah sound, nice and strong, ah, and grind, this diphthong here, I, grind. To have a strong personal opinion about something or a motive, usually negative actually. If you have an axe to grind, you have something that really you have to keep on about and you can't let go. Okay, so an example, I think she has an axe to grind with him after their last argument. I think she has an axe to grind with him after their last argument. It's something that it might sound strange, but a lot of people use this. In fact, a lot of people use all of these. So just be aware that if you remember these, you will be able to interact and understand many phrases. Okay, number 3, have a bone to pick. I have a bone to pick. Okay. An issue to discuss or something you want to pull somebody up on, something you want to challenge them about. I've got a bone to pick with you. So Mike, I have a bone to pick with you about yesterday's meeting. Mike, I have a bone to pick with you about yesterday's meeting. And it means, like we said, to make sure that you pick somebody up on something. There's some problem I have and I want to talk about it. Okay, excellent. Have a ball in one's court, so to have the ball in your court or in one's court. To be able to make the decision, it's your turn, so it's your choice now. I've done my bit, now it's up to you. Example, now that I've made my offer, the ball is in your court, so now it's up to you to make the decision. And again, it's used a lot, quite a lot in business as well. So if you use this in business situation, then everybody will just expect it. No one's going to look at you strangely. In fact, it's something that you'll hear a lot, maybe in business, and now you know what it means. Okay, number 5, have a knack for something. To have a knack for something. This means to have a natural skill or talent, to be talented about something, to be good at something. He has a knack for that. An example, she has a knack for languages and can speak 5 fluently. Okay, so let's say it again. She has a knack for languages and can speak 5 fluently. This word is a, knack. So make sure you get this a sound, not neck, this is here. Not anything else, knack, okay? Excellent. Number 6, have one's finger on the pulse. To have your finger on the pulse means to be very aware of what's going on and what's cool right now. So to be aware of the trends and developments. He has his finger on the pulse. So as a fashion designer, she always has her finger on the pulse of upcoming styles. As a fashion designer, she always has her finger on the pulse of upcoming styles. Okay, so it means that you're aware of the trends, you're aware of what's going on. Okay, finger, nice and easy. Again, we were talking in previous videos about these the difference between and and actually, again, this is another, any word with an ER at the end, finger, December, November, offer, you can have this scale between and okay, depending on where you are in the country. So anywhere between there is actually fine pronunciation. To have a whale of a time. Now, this one is something that my mum always says, always, always, always. They had a whale of a time. I'm having a whale of a time. And it means to have an extremely good time, to be really enjoying something, to enjoy something so much that you're having a whale of a time. Example, we had a whale of a time at the theme park last weekend. We had a whale of a time. For many years, I heard this phrase and I just didn't really, you never understand or think about the meaning of it, what it actually means. I couldn't tell you what it actually means, a whale of a time. It doesn't make sense. But to me and to all other English people, somebody says that, we know what you mean. Okay, number 8, to have one's work cut out. To have one's work cut out. It means to have a very difficult task ahead. And you might say, with that deadline approaching, she has her work cut out for her, or she has work cut out for her. Actually, maybe it's kind of better to say here, but we can add that on the end just for kind of expression. So, with the deadline approaching, she has her work cut out for her. Okay? Excellent. Good. Work, I mean, remember, this is the sound and cut, not cat. Okay? So, cut, like up. Okay? Number 9, to have the last laugh. Now, this is quite an interesting one because, again, all of these are popular. All of these are used. So, to have the last laugh is to be ultimately the person to succeed. So he had the last laugh. Maybe you were being mocked, maybe you were joking, maybe two people were kind of having a joke. It's a positive thing, really. There's nothing negative about this. And we would say at the end, if I am victorious, that I had the last laugh. It's kind of a nice way, banter between friends more like than anything else. So example, they laughed at his idea, but he had the last laugh when it became a success. Okay, so usually there's a playfulness about this phrase, and it's not really a phrase that you would use in a truly negative sense. Okay, number 10, to have a change of heart. To have a change of heart. And remember that this is this R sound, like long R, change of heart. We don't pronounce this R, so we don't say heart. It's like definitely heart, okay, R sound. To change your opinion or feeling about something. To have a change of heart means your feeling of something changes. You make your decision changes about something. So he was against the idea at first, but he's had a change of heart. And now he's for the idea. So he was against the idea at first, but he's had a change of heart. All right? As with all of these, you can find them on this I above, and you can also find it on that link below if you're on your mobile or tablet. And I urge you to download them and just in your own time practice them. Practice them watching the video, listening to me, and practicing them again. And it will really help your pronunciation because you've got everything you need there to say these perfectly and to know what they mean. Okay, number 11, have itchy feet. It doesn't actually mean what you think it means, but you can see the link actually. It means to have a strong idea, a strong desire, to travel or to change jobs or to do something different. We also use it in the context of relationships and things like this. So it basically means that you want to make a change. You have itchy feet, you're in the mood to go. Your feet are itching and you want to move. Okay, even metaphorically. Example, after a year in the same city, I'm starting to get itchy feet. And so you can see the logic, right? You can see why people say it. After a year in the same city, I'm starting to get itchy feet. Okay, number 12, have a field day. Now this one, I never really understood what this meant when I was younger. But as I got older and kind of used to different situations, I started to understand. And it means to enjoy yourself a lot or take advantage of the situation. So, for example, the kids had a field day at the water park. The animals had a field day when they found a lot of food. Okay, it's just like when you have an opportunity to have loads of fun, you take the advantage, you take this opportunity. And yeah, I guess it means, when field day itself is when you go out and have a trip with your work or whatever, so it's maybe something to do with this. Okay, excellent. Let's have a look at the next one. Number 13. I'm just going to move our marks. Okay, have one's back to the wall. So have your back to the wall. This is kind of a negative connotation, but it means to be in a difficult or desperate situation where you have no other options. So, for example, with the deadline approaching, he felt he had his back to the wall. It's like when your options are taken away and you don't really know what you can do. you don't have any other way to go. You have to go the way that you should go, and there's no other option. All right, number 14, to have one's plate full, or to have a lot on your plate. There's two different ways. Have a lot of responsibilities. So you've got a lot of things going on, you've got a lot of tasks you need to get through, you're very, very busy at work, that kind of thing. Now, I can't commit to another project right now, I have my plate full. I'm going to write just a little alternative to this. You can say, for example, I have a lot on my plate. Okay, so to have my plate full or a lot on my plate, both work very well. Okay, number 15, next one, to have a ball. And actually, any of these, if you think about it, we can put them into different verb forms. So you can say having a ball in this sense. Not all of them, but this one definitely. So extremely enjoyable time, okay? For example, they had a ball at the music festival last weekend. Probably something to do with going to the ball. Like years ago, a ball was a big fancy party that everybody went to, and it was a great time. So if you have a ball, it means you have this same atmosphere within something that you're doing. So they had a ball at the music festival last weekend. Okay, so 16, last one. Have the time of one's life. So to experience something really amazingly, so extremely enjoyable and a memorable moment, the time of your life. You can imagine it, from what you hear in this sentence, it gives you the impression that it's something very special, okay? So, for example, they had the time of their lives on their honeymoon in Hawaii. They had the time of their lives on their honeymoon in Hawaii. Just be aware that this is the I sound, so time and life. So you've got the same word, the same sound there too, this I sound, okay? And it comes through twice. So, the time of their lives. Excellent. Okay, so those are some phrases that you can take forward and you can use and you can learn, you can identify them, and you can make your English a lot wholer than it is at the moment. So, please, make sure you go through them, make sure you learn them, take those slides, do that quiz. See you next time.